See if I can get him on a video. There we go. Good shot of the first view of the St. Peter you get on this stretch of the river. There's Georgia back there somewhere. This is the gravel bar above Red Bluff. It's marked on the map, but it's pretty slopey. And then you get down to the end and it looks kind of weedy. First night camp spots just downstream from where Jonathan and the girls and I camped before, because over there is where Jonathan went to get wood, and it's where I went to get wood, which is down there. There's enough for a good fire tonight and maybe some in the morning. We got the best of both worlds. We got moving water and we got a good swimming hole out here. Even got rocks. Water's deep enough you could dive off of them. George is working on the stove for tomorrow morning. New table. The drama of a top-down fire. You never know if it's really going to work or not. Georgia says it's going to work, but she kept out the starter fluid and lighter. She's not a true believer.
It's never failed you before when I've been around.
And why'd you put the stuff away? Or why'd you leave it out?
You're going to have it in the morning.
This is our resident bullfrog sitting on the edge of the shore. Thinks we don't see him. And we got the canopy ready to go. Georgia's got a nice flat spot. Stove with the new tables ready to go. And we're back to using little propane bottles. They're easier to carry. We only need 2 of them at a time. And the valve on the white tank broke, so we wouldn't have had the stove on our last morning on the river anyway. Update on the top-down fire. It's almost ready to start cooking dinner. This is a perfect spot. It's got running water for Johnny. It's got a swimming hole for me. Firewood across the river. And that's a deep swimming hole. That's probably 8 feet deep out there in the middle. And those rocks, the water's deep enough you could dive off of them. We have a local who showed up fishing. Walked in from the road. So we're done cooking on the fire. So now we're building it back up to get a little fire going over there. Dinner time.
Look at that steak.
Steak, bone-in ribeye. Sous vide at home and just sear it on the fire here.
Potato salad.
Potato salad. You having fun, Georgia?
Oh, it's awesome.
Georgia's having a good time.
My first camp
We had a fishing visitor a little bit ago, but he's gone now.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice fellow. Wednesday morning on the river. Fog kind of rolling in again. Water didn't come up. Working on the coffee. And George is up doing something. More drama. Is the fire gonna make it? That'll help. How'd you sleep, honey?
Awesome.
How you feel this morning?
Great.
Alright. And my prediction for the sun coming up was a dead tree over there that I don't see. Might be right about there. We'll see how close I am. It's not 8 o'clock yet, probably. So the sun this morning came up even farther north than I predicted it would. I don't want to shoot this straight at the sun, but there's the tree I suggested, and here's where it actually came up, probably up top of that, what about there? Wednesday morning breakfast of champions, pigs in a blanket, bacon, scrambled eggs. Just doesn't get any better than that. And coffee. Okay, here's how we're loaded up the second day. Strap bag in the front, the blue bucket, the stove, the table, the chair, the heaviest bags I can find, and the only thing in the back is the cooler, nothing behind it. George is going to take a video of me and tell me how I'm sitting in the water. Day 2, Wednesday morning on the river. Did you hit that rock back there? I did.
You're a little heavier than I am.
Couldn't do it.
You got that little cooler.
Couldn't do it.
Okay, you're recording. Say hi. Show me how you paddle.
There's a view of Red Bluff behind us. The frogs are kind of like cicadas. They go in waves. There's a rock that everybody was jumping off of last trip. There's a St. Peter right down at the water level. It's unusual. You don't see it in the water very often. I think we're coming up on a bunch of buzzards down here on shore. I don't know, there's a lot of them. See if we can get a little closer and get another shot. There's a St. Peter showing up again on the right side of the river above Tomahawk Creek. And here comes Georgia. Some fun.
Oh, yes.
Still above Tomahawk Creek, there's a nice little flat gravel bar and a fantastic swimming hole with a back eddy. And I'm going to try out. So this gravel bar keeps going, still flat, long. If you were going to camp in this bend, you'd want to come on down to this end. You wouldn't want to camp up at the upper part. And it's a great swimming hole, nice deep water through here. This is such a great rock formation. You can definitely see the St. Peter in here. We just caught up with the group of 3 canoes from Louisiana. They're as slow as we are. So this is the Maidenhair Fern Fall. It's been here for years, apparently. Isn't that spectacular? And the boys are at it. But we're going to leave them behind. Nice gravel bar and good swimming hole across from the fern fall, just past the mouth of Tomahawk Creek. But there might be a road that comes in down here that gives locals access. This is the gravel bar that's marked as a camp in 2014. We'll check it further down. It's got trees on it. Okay, do over. George is going in the water again so we can get a video.
I'm trying to get warm now. You already did it.
Well, let me know next time we'll get a video. Huge amount of algae in the water. I don't know if it shows or not. Not much over here. Anybody recognize this gravel bar from the flood trip? I'm going to camp here again tonight. So here's the old gravel bar. That's where Jonathan pulled back up after trying to save the canoe into the trees over there. Back over there is where he went to try and save, he and Juno went to save the canoe. Right about in here is where Kate and Lily were sleeping when the water started coming up. Up there is where the rest of us were sleeping. Down here is where the canoes were sitting, and the cooler, and the paddles, and the life jackets. They started to float away. Up over the rise is where the boys, the two boys were camped, where their canoe floated away. And here's Georgia all ready to go. Here comes the boys.
Where's the next good gravel bar?
No, there's tons. Georgia is building our fire tonight.
Yes, but you got all the
Good
fire.
job, honey. We have a bottom up, top down fire.
But you did all the work.
I didn't do any work. You dragged it all up here. Georgia's being modest. This is her fire. So I'm letting her build it. Now you don't need me for anything, honey. You can make your own fires. That was my last skill set that you couldn't do.
Okay.
Good job. Look at that. Got a tiny bit of starter fluid on there. It's got a large starter cube at the bottom. From this angle, it looks like it's going to put my canoe on fire, but it's back a ways.
Oh, it's back quite a ways. You taught me well, hon. You had it already going, too. That was without gas. Well, no, it didn't have gas. Karen uses those little starters. No, she uses those fire logs. In the fireplace.
Georgia, the fire queen, has reignited the fire, and it's just lovely to behold. How did you do that, honey?
Magic hands.
That's it?
Oh, this is nice.
We happy, camper?
Uh-huh. Yeah. There's always something nice about a fire.
Yeah, I'm glad you found all that wood, honey. Mommy landing. Looks a little different than last trip. There's gravel at the end of the road. Good night.